Welcome into Better and Green, and today we got a special mock draft episode for you guys. So we are using the Sleeper app, and we have the 5th, the 9th, and the 12th positions that we're going to be doing today. Ethan took the 5th, I took the 9th, and Wyatt took the 12th. To let you guys kind of see from each position how it's going to look. Wyatt, how are you feeling about the back-to-back picks with that long wait?
A little terrified, to be honest. I feel like the 12 is always just the crappy pick of the draft. So I'm gonna try to get the best team I can at 12. I seem to always get either 10th, 11th, 12th pick. It seems like every other year. So yeah, I'm interested to say this is my first mock draft in quite a while. So yeah, it's a long wait. So you really got to be strategic with your back-to-back picks. But I'm looking forward to it.
You know, I bet I can guess the exact last time you mock draft.
Yeah, you probably can.
I believe it was for the Better and Green Fantasy Guide.
It sure was.
And that is available over at bettergreen.com. Make sure you guys head over there, pick that up. We also have articles fantasy related about drafting from each position. So far, we're up to the 3rd pick, which came out yesterday on Thursday. So make sure you guys head over there and watch that. We also have our Better and Green Survivor and the weekly pick'ems. Make sure you guys click those little images. It'll take you straight there, and make sure you sign up to win $117,000 that ESPN's giving away. So make sure you guys get in on that. Ethan, you are the first pick in the draft. You ready for me to start this thing?
I am ready. Oh, look at that.
The first
Eckler
4 picks.
5. It's perfect. Quick backstory. The reason I'm taking 5 is because that is where I'm drafting in my big money fantasy league this year. And we get one keeper. I am keeping Austin Eckler in the first round. So that will be my actual first 5th overall pick. So Austin Eckler.
Wow. This is just working great for you.
This is.
And for our audio listeners, the first overall pick was Justin Jefferson. Then second was Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp. Then Ethan got Austin Eckler. Then my pick, who I was hoping would make it to me, didn't, which was Travis Kelce, Bijan Robinson, and then Tyreek Hill went at 8. So this is a really fun part when it starts getting to me and Wyatt, where all the running backs that are left are the holdout guys, or they're just not as good. So I'm going to
$10 million man.
Yeah. Yeah. Barkley's available, which Ethan's talking about. Jonathan Taylor, no chance I'm drafting him here. I'm very worried about if he's even going to show up to play this year. Wide receivers, we got Diggs, AJ Brown that we're looking at. I'm not going to take a tight end since Kelsey's gone. I'm going to take a guy that I think we're all pretty high on, and he has a great offensive line. They're shaking their heads. They know who I'm going with. That's going to be Mr. Nicholas Chubb.
That sucks. Oof. Alrighty. So we just had Saquon go after that, and then Stephon Diggs. Now I'm on the clock for back-to-back picks. So thought process here is I need a running back, need a wide receiver. Running backs available. Again, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. Don't think this is any spot for Pollard, Stevenson, Breece Hall. God. Yeah, not great on the running back scenario. I have to pick one of those top 3. We're pretty low on Derrick Henry, not going to lie, where you think he's an old man. That's a little scary. Josh Jacobs, he's still held out, isn't he?
Yep.
And then Jonathan Taylor is whatever PUP means on this app. The pupil. Unfortunately, I'm probably just gonna at the 12 spot. You really got to go for the win the league, or you got to take risk at this. I'm gonna go JT.
There you go.
And then second overall pick, I got to go wide receiver here. Is my thought process. You got to get 1 and 2. Who knows if what wideouts are going to be available, or you could go running back. Not gonna lie, running back. There's gonna be slim pickings, but I think there's more depth later down, and I don't want to take the risk on Henry or Jacobs. I can't take 2 risks there, so I'm gonna go a safe pick here at wide receiver. And I'm actually going to pass on a couple guys. And I'm just going to get my guy that I want. I'm going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Great pick. After St. Brown went A.J. Brown and then Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, my God.
That
just
is
cutting at Ben's kneecaps right now.
no
Kelsey,
joke.
no Mahomes.
I'm going to have to get Kadarius Toney in the 3rd then. Looking here, I was kind of hoping AJ Brown would make it to me or Amon Ra. So both my guys left. I'm kind of looking at Tony Pollard. Dallas still has a good offensive line. He's going to be the main guy. But another guy in Dallas, CeeDee Lamb, still available. Devontae Adams, don't love Adams at all. Garrett Wilson, I don't trust the situation over there. In New York, there's just too many options. So this is a tough one. Really wish Waddle didn't get hurt today.
Did he?
Oh, he did.
He did. He
Oh
did.
wow, what happened?
He says he headed to the locker room at a joint practice.
Oh, good
Oh.
God.
He took a shot in the ribs and got up slow. We are going to go with. We're gonna say he just got speared in the ribs and it just hurt a little bit. That he'll be back out there. We're gonna go with Waddle.
Waddle, waddle.
Waddle.
Perfect. Okay, after Waddle went Derrick Henry. Feel sorry for Team 8. Hope he enjoys 3 weeks of Derrick Henry. Josh Jacobs for Team 7. Not too concerned with Jacobs. I think he'll play. Garrett Wilson, Team 6. That leaves me with the guy I was wanting. This is probably a dying strategy in fantasy, but I'm old school. I will gladly take Tony Pollard to double up on running backs early. And now we're back to me. So there was just 8 picks after mine. So it went Brees Hall, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Josh Allen, Chris Olave, Mark Andrews, second tight end off the board, Jalen Hurts, Najee Harris. So we're looking at Ramondre Stevenson as the next best overall. Obviously, probably not going to take a running back 3 picks in a row. Receivers, we're looking at T. Higgins, Devontae Smith, DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper. Tight ends, you're looking at Hawkinson, which him and Kittle, Pitts, Goddard, Waller. There's actually a little bit more depth in the tight end market this year than I think in years past. This is tough. I hate reaching so high for this guy. So I'm gonna have to take a receiver here, no matter what. T. Higgins makes me nervous just because he's not the number 1 on his own team. I've had him, I think, each of the last 2 years. He's fine, but like every week, I'm like, oh, how's Higgins gonna do this week? I don't fully trust him. Same with Devontae Smith. DK, I'm pretty low on, so that kind of leaves me with Deebo. I'll take him. Deebo Samuel, probably a reach.
You've always been a Deebo guy.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah, I'll take him.
All right, Team 6 is still going the no running back strategy. They went Devontae Smith. Team 7's all running back. They went Ramondre Stevenson. And then Team 8 has T. Higgins. So I'm happy I got one of the guys I really like coming back. I'm going to take Aaron Jones. I think that even if that Love isn't very good this year, then they're going to have to run the ball. And if he's playing and he has to check down the ball a lot, that also translates to Aaron Jones getting more work.
Don't hate that at all.
All right, we just had Keenan Allen after that, and then Lamar Jackson is a very interesting pick from the AI there. All right, I am on the clock. I got one of 2 options. I have 2 picks back to back, so I'm going to go once again running back, wide receiver to stock up on my boys. I'm obviously everyone that's on my board right now, I'm not going to have in, 19 picks later? No, 21 picks later. I'm going to go just, again, it's probably not the smartest decision, but I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm going to load up on Detroit on the running back. He might be a wide receiver by the time things are done over there. And now the wide receiver part. So the wide receivers on the board, we got DK. I'm not super high on. I do like Amari Cooper, even though people have thoughts about him. Calvin Ridley, I do think is going to be a bust. Hopkins, I'm not taking him. Scary Terry, I don't mind. DJ Moore, they don't pass in Chicago. I'm just going to go with I'm going to trust my gut and go with the only wide receiver that's good on his team, and I'm going to go with Amari Cooper.
So I don't hate that at all. After Amari Cooper went Kenneth Walker and DK Metcalf. Puts me in an interesting situation here. There's a few more running backs on this board that I like. I'm think I got my number one wide receiver, so I'm not going to take another receiver. I am looking at Hawkinson here. I think he's going to get quite a bit of work. He's going to be the number 2 target in Minnesota. But if I want to pass up on a third running back, so right now I'm looking at ETN, not very high on Mixon, Kamara, Dobbins still holding out. Miles Sanders, they're saying is going to be a 3-down workhorse in Carolina. Don't mind that. Damian Pierce in Houston. Houston's going to be better. It might be a bit of a reach, but ETN, they're saying that they want to have him involved less. I've been reading about that. Let me pick this up real quick too. I don't know. I'm looking at ETN and Akers. I know there's a lot of hate on Akers, but it sounds like Sean McVay wants to use him, that they have plans for him.
I've also heard similar things about ETN, about how he's like has Buster and all. This is after I gave him out as like a huge value play a couple episodes ago, but yeah, I've seen negative things on him.
Yeah. I really like what I'm hearing about Akers, and I know he let a lot of people down, but I'm gonna go back to the Akers train one more time.
I like that play. All right, back to me. Post Akers was Joe Mixon, Travis Etienne, and Joe Burrow. So a couple of Cincinnati Joes going there. So yeah, just a quick recap. I have Austin Eckler, Tony Pollard, Deebo Samuel. Probably looking wide receiver, tight end here. Tight end, you still have Hawkinson available, but I kind of like some of the guys below him, maybe a little more. So I'm not going to reach. I'm going to wait. Receivers, I don't love. We have Calvin Ridley, who big question mark after being out for a year. DeAndre Hopkins could be my grandfather. Not picking him. Scary Terry, I hate, but I just saw he has 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, which I had no idea about. But I don't want Scary Terry. DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Watson, London. Ugh. This is gross. Maybe I just take Justin Tucker, get him out of the way.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, you know what? We're going to take a stab. Like Wyatt said, I mean, I do have a good pick at 5, but you got to take some risks here. I'm going to risk that Calvin Ridley comes back and hasn't missed too much of a step. So I'm going to take a risk on him. Alrighty, and then it's back around to me. We had Miles Sanders, George Kittle off the board before Hawkinson. Justin Fields, Scary Terry, Jerry Jeudy, J.K. Dobbins, Damian Pierce, and Justin Herbert. So we're now at the 55th pick. Let's see here. Still have some good running backs on the board, which I think I'm going to have to get involved with. Alvin Kamara, he's suspended, 4 games for
3.
his fight? 3. I'm still a believer in Alvin, but I think I'm missing
Me
something.
as well.
What are we missing there?
His
Jamal
downfall
Williams.
was just too quick for me. He was like the number 1 guy in fantasy and then just fell off.
Yeah.
And he's still a good season. So I don't know.
Do they have a rookie, Ben? Do you know? They
Kendra
have
Miller.
Jamal Williams. Oh, yeah.
Kendra Miller, and
TCU?
now they might be signing Kareem Hunt.
They did sign Kareem Hunt.
Oh, they have officially now?
I think they did.
Okay.
I also saw on this list, Dez Bryant is still able to get picked up. So in case you guys want to draft Dez.
Maybe later.
I was way down the wide receiver list.
Yeah, every year I get to this point in the wide receiver list, and I'm like, I like guys way further down. For example, but like Kadarius Toney, I like way more than like Christian Watson or Drake London. Maybe I'm just way wrong on that. I'm going to try taking a surefire, should be a 3-down back, or should at least have a heavy workload. I'm going to try Alexander Madison with Minnesota here.
Okay. I like it.
Okay, after Madison went DeAndre Hopkins, still without a running back, and Team 7 still only taking running backs, Alvin Kamara and Christian Watson.
That's unreal.
Reminder, Team 7, you can only start 3 running backs, so you're too deep into your bench in round 5.
I did
That
not
guy's gonna have
expect that.
trade requests out the wazoo.
Yes. Yes. Um, so right now I'm regretting a little bit going with so many running backs because there's still a lot that I really like. DeAndre Swift still available, Rashad White. I still kind of like Isaiah Pacheco and James Conner. I know they're not as hot names as some of these other guys, but I think they're going to get plenty of work. Looking at wide receivers, DJ Moore, Wyatt said they don't throw. Drake London, I don't trust Ritter. I think here I'm going to pull the trigger and I'm going to take Hawkinson.
Okay. That makes me nervous.
All right, we're in the danger zone here. This is a make it or break it for me. Do I continue just taking running back, wide receiver? My initial thoughts are yes, because the tight ends available right now are Pitts. I could snag, but I don't think there's a huge difference between Pitts and the tight end 18. So I'm just going to stay on my running back, wide receiver grind here and load up. DeAndre Swift still is available, which is interesting for sure. I always feel like people go to Detroit and once they leave Detroit, they have the best career in their life. Other running backs, James Conner, I'm not going to touch a Cardinal. Javonte Williams has no knees. Rashard White, not really. Pacheco, no. Montgomery, no. Wide receiver, let's go to wide receiver first. I'll think about that one later. DJ Moore, again, great talent, but they just don't throw. Drake London, I think, is going to be a make it or break it guy. Pittman is super safe. However, at the 12 spot, you can't be safe. I'm going to take Drake London. And then as the running back option, I'm going to take Swift, their boy.
You know how much I love me some Swift.
You can't play it safe at 12. You got to shoot for the stars.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And he is absolutely.
You do love Swift.
Oh, dude, it's bad. It's bad. Dallas Goedert went next, and then DJ Moore. I'm really not loving any of these like middle range wide receivers at all. I think what I would do here, I'm going to take one more running back, and then I'm going to be pretty set, and then just do a lot of dart throws at wide receiver after. So I am going to take Rashad White. Good try. Good try. I haven't got a lot of Chiefs players this year. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna take Rashad White. He has the dump off king in Baker Mayfield. I think he's gonna be the number one guy. He's gonna get plenty of work. That defense is going to carry them. They can't just rely on Baker's arm. So White is my guy.
Gosh darn it.
Do you want Pitts?
I wanted Kyle Pitts. I'm a big believer. This week, I've talked myself into loving the Atlanta Falcons this year. Loving them. It's gross.
Oh,
it's so gross. Like, maybe 10 wins, 11 wins. Gross. Yeah, I like Pitts. I wanted Pitts.
Everybody just clicked off.
Can we still go over to? Can we still talk about Team 7?
They really needed James Conner there.
Oh my god. I will be in trade talks with that guy daily. Honestly, might not be a bad strategy. He just has a monopoly. But no, not worst case scenario with the tight end. I can still go grab Taysom Hill probably in the last round. So where do I go from here?
You know what Team 7 did? They watched that Oppenheimer meme that I did about destroying the leagues.
Yeah.
Quarterback only draft. They're doing the running back only draft.
Yep. God, I hope they keep that up. Man, this is tough here. That feels like a reach for sure. Okay, I'm gonna take a stab at. Well, does it hurt to have 4 running backs in the first 6 rounds? Team 7 does it? Apparently not.
I've got 4.
You do have 4. You do have 4. I like that.
Team 10 just has 1. Team 1 doesn't have a single one.
I noticed that.
I'm gonna have to take my 4th running back here because I am a believer in James Cook. And I don't like any of the receivers. So, yeah. James Cook for Buffalo.
I'm with you.
Loading up on wideout over at Team 1. Team 1, Team
Hey.
7 are going to be traded back and forth the whole.
Hey, at least Team 1 got their quarterback in the second round, though. So after my James Cook pick, it did go Darren Waller, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, Michael Pittman. That's good. Trim the fat on some of these weaker receivers.
Yes.
Javonte Williams, Hollywood Brown, which gross. And then Mike Evans. I kind of wanted Mike, but that's okay. Now I feel like I have to take a receiver here, and
You're thinking.
see, like I
about
like
it.
a lot of these. I like a lot of these receivers in here. I mean, I like Ayuk. I'm not gonna take him because I have Debo. Deontay Johnson doesn't score touchdowns. We found that out last year. Smith and Jigba, I think it's just a little too crowded, but he should be pretty good. Love George Pickens. Also don't hate Treylon Burks and Kadarius Toney, obviously. This is tough. I'm gonna go with Mr. George Pickens.
Good pick, Ethan. After
Ooh,
Pickens,
quarterbacks. Go
yep.
ahead.
When AJ Dillon, Trevor Lawrence, and Dak Prescott. So the running or quarterback run started going. So I have to take a quarterback, right?
One would think.
You
Eventually.
gotta keep it.
Maybe
have
on the
to keep-
second time around, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just not a big Ayuk guy. There's so many.
They don't
weapons
use
in
him
San
like you
Fran.
should.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of weapons over there.
And with the quarterback questions, like I think Purdy's good, but you haven't got a whole bunch of answers yet over there. Kadarius
Kind of pissed
Toney.
Team 7 took a quarterback.
Aria.
That sucks.
Like I said, we went with a bunch of running backs, so we're gonna have to take some swings at wide receiver. So I'm gonna take Toney, quarterback or the receiver with the best quarterback.
Love that pick.
Alrighty. Deontay Johnson went. Treylon Burks went. I am up. I have yet to draft anything other than wide receiver running back, but neither has Ethan. Ben does have a tight end. Honestly, kind of in the mood to just load up still. None of my quarterbacks available. I really want. Tua could possibly be a risk that I might take. I do need a risks. However, I think I'm just gonna do a play later that's just gonna stun the world here. I'm just gonna keep loading up. I'm gonna keep loading up here. I saw a good TikTok today about Antonio Gibson. I'm a sucker for a well talked about TikTok. So welcome to the squad, Mr. Antonio.
Love it.
And then wide receiver. We got Ayuk, who we just talked about, JSN, Addison, which I think everyone's talking about Addison. He has a big shoes to fill. Dotson is kind of a anomaly last year, just scored a bunch of touchdowns and like 200 yards. Quentin Johnson, again, it's a little crowded. Gabe Davis is actually looking unreal in training camp. And I don't know if Diggs wants to be there, but Davis is way down the list. I'll probably get a good draft grade if I do Brandon Ayuk, but I'm gonna reach for the stars here, and I'm gonna snag Mr. Gabe Davis late.
Okay.
It's gonna give me a D- on that pick, but
I love it though. I love it, Wyatt. And I'm glad you took that because after that went David Montgomery and Pat Fryermuth. So that is going to let me take a chance and also get a stack that I was looking at, which is Mr. Tua. Pair him with
Nice.
Waddle.
that's a good pair.
Well, I wanted Tua with this pick. Good pick, Mr.
Thank you.
Fingers. Also, remember, wasn't Gabe Davis like a universal early second round pick last
Yes.
year?
Yes.
That's hilarious. Yeah, after Tua went Brandon Ayuk, Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Let's see here. Sean Watson is available, Richardson, Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, who was tempting. Gino, no. Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson. I'm not too rushed to get a quarterback quite yet. Bijan Robinson still available.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to take him. Let's see here. I don't love Ingram at tight end. I kind of like Dalton Schultz, but it feels early. Okay, going back to receiver here, and let's snag. Jamison Williams is tempting. He's out for 6 weeks. Okay, we're gonna take Jamison Williams in hopes that his suspension gets reduced, which I have heard there's rumblings about. So we're gonna take a shot, and if not, screw it. I have 3 others. He'll be out 6 weeks, and then he'll be healthy mid-season. So Jamison Williams, Detroit. Okay, from there we went Jahan Dotson, Zach Charbonnet, Rashad Penny, Evan Ingram, Samaje Perine, Quentin Johnston, Brandon Cooks, and Deshaun Watson. Back around to me. We're getting close to tight end and quarterback time. Yeah, it feels about that time. I'm going to take a stab at Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Don't like the Jets this year. I think they suck compared to their hype. But hard not to take Rodgers here at like mid 90s. So we'll take a shot on him.
Like it. I like that a lot, Ethan.
That feels low for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Go into better weapons
Mm-hmm.
and some similar ones.
Right.
After Rodgers went David Njoku, Michael Thomas, and Brian Robinson Jr. So we are going to keep hitting these wide receivers. And the rookie that I love this year that is getting hyped up as one of the top pass catchers in Baltimore is still available. The very top of my list, which is Mr. Zay Flowers. There's a lot of guys here that I would think about, but I think the ceiling is super high. He's got a great quarterback, so I'm going to draft him with confidence.
You do love your Flowers.
Yes.
After Zay, we had Jamal Williams. He's still in his Lions jersey. Elijah Moore. And then I am on the clock here. So I'm in a weird spot because once again, I've only had wide receiver running back. I'm still probably going to hold out on tight end here. Could get Schultz, which is, I think, a steal here. But I don't think there's really that much difference between him and any other guy on that list. So I'm going to keep postponing that. Quarterbacks, again, everyone pretty much has a quarterback. I don't think, Ethan has Rodgers. Does everyone have a quarterback? Everyone has a quarterback except me. So I don't know what these AIs are going to do, but statistically, I could just hold out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to wide receiver. I'm just going to take a guy. He was Wilson's favorite target last year, and that is Cortland Sutton.
Love it.
I got to go back to running back. I'm just loading up at this point. I'm going to take a risk here. I love this man. I think the Falcons did him dirty. I'm hoping Bijan gets run into the ground, and I'm going to take Algier.
Love it.
After him went Anthony Richardson and Mr. TikTok, Juju Smith-Schuster.
They are doing double quarterbacks, these cowards.
Have some conviction. He did have Lamar Jackson though, so he needed to take another mobile quarterback that has questions. So here I can go two separate ways. I can get the number one pass catcher in Houston and then really make sure I have that tight end position secure. I have crazy love for Dalton Schultz. I'm going to trust Ethan to take him here. I can't believe he hasn't been drafted yet. So I'm going to leave him for Ethan and continue my wide receiver run because I do still need wide receivers. I currently only have Waddle, Tony, and Flowers. So I'm going to go with a guy that is going to be the clear number one on his team. The only questions are quarterback, but Wyatt's pretty high on this quarterback, and they're in a very winnable division. That is the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Thielen.
Love that.
Yep.
Kind of hoping he was going to go another round around the sun or trip around the sun for me, but that would have been a stretch.
Yeah, like I said, I've talked myself into the Falcons winning like 11 games this year, so don't think it's a very winnable division, but I do like the Thielen pick.
That's so
after him,
gross.
dude, it's disgusting. I'm also like randomly high on the Rams all of a sudden, which is also even grosser. Not like that high, but like 6 or 7 wins. All right, Khalil Herbert, Kirk Cousins, and Devon Achane. That guy. That guy. For the listeners, not the viewers, Ben did not just puke in his mouth again.
Good God.
Just pronouncing this running back's name. So I am still in need of a tight end. However, I think I can kind of wait. I'm not crazy about Schultz.
Ethan, you're messing up, man. Schultz is good. He's going to be the dog in Houston. The Stroud's not going to be great.
I don't want him.
He's going to be the red zone target.
I just don't want him, Just one of those things.
Okay, let him come back. Don't let an AI take him.
The only issue is, who do I want? That is the issue. I mean, I could be a square that takes defense.
God, these running backs are really getting sparse.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about? Zeke's still on the board.
So is Lenny.
I legit might take Zeke right here. The unknown is just like, it's like, what if he goes to a great situation and his ADP moves up like 50,
Yeah, possible.
Or he just never sees a team again in his life. I just wasted a pick. Let's see. All right, I'm going to go with another receiver here. I'm going to... All right, I'm going to just take a shot with Sky Moore.
Like it.
There goes Schultz.
Damn.
There he goes. Oh, my God. The tight ends are flying off the board.
It's a tight end round.
So after Sky, I want Rashad Bateman, Dalton Schultz, Geno Smith, Damian Harris, Okonkwo from Tennessee. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name.
Get Chiggy with it.
Dalton Chigozium. Is that right? That looks right. Dalton Kincaid, who don't hate, but Dawson Knox is my boy. Daniel Jones and Elijah Mitchell. Back on the clock here. Now is it tight end time?
It's past tight end time.
Sam Laporta, Detroit.
You son of a little biscuit. That ruined my whole scheme. God damn it.
It's a Detroit run too. After Laporta went,
God damn it!
Lazard, Cole Kmet, and Jared Goff.
God damn it!
Let's see. So we are pretty set. We got plenty of running backs, wide receivers, our tight end, our quarterback. So looking through the rosters real quick, I think I can get him later. So we are going to take one more running back, and we are going to take on a team that runs the ball and doesn't pass. We're going to take Dante Foreman.
Okay.
I'm in shambles right now. I was gonna load up on Laporta and Golf and have Gibbs and Amon Ra, and every time the Lions have a great game, I win my fantasy. Okay, so I'm gonna keep holding off on tight end because I got my guy and he is way down there.
You
I
don't have
do
much
need
of a
it.
choice because you only got
5 rounds
I think
left.
5 rounds left, and you need kicker, tight end, quarterback, and defense.
I'm just gonna get the number one kicker, get that
There
out
you
of the
go.
way,
Yep.
and quarterback. Good God.
I like he took his kicker before quarterback or tight end.
Good God. Good gravy. So I'll tell you what's going on in my head right now. I despise Russell Wilson with every ounce of blood in my body, so I'm not going to pick him. Bryce Young, I am high on Bryce, but I can't pick a rookie quarterback. Kyler Murray is not going to play. Jordan Love is the worst quarterback I've ever seen. I really want to pick Derek Carr. I think Staff Daddy's getting a little old. I feel like Derek Carr is going to be my play. I love Brock, but I don't think he's a draftable quarterback. Kind of wish these guys weren't doubling up on quarterbacks like a normal person. I'm going to go Derek.
Did you know Baker Mayfield was still available?
Baker? Oh, Sam Howell's on the board?
After Carr went Tyler Boyd and Greg Dulcich. Let's see here. Once again, don't super need. I feel like we have a pretty good roster here, so we're just gonna take upside guys. And one of them. Okay, I'm looking at 2 receivers right now.
OBJ?
Yeah, no. No. I'm all the way out on OBJ. I think I've been coming around to this guy with the more training camp footage that I watch. He's in just such a crowded place. I hate that, but he's looking like a video game cheat code. I'm gonna go Jalen Hyatt of the Giants.
Damn you.
Quick little sucker.
Ethan, I'm doing that a
Well,
lot to you, man.
I thought I had plenty of time to get him. All right. After Hyatt went OBJ, Tyler Higbee, Devin Singletary. Damn. Now I have no clue what to do for another receiver. I am going to take the first defense off the board here. But man, there's a lot of good ones.
Lions.
Yeah. Am I sold that the Niners have the best defense once again?
They had
Yeah.
5 guys in the top 20 NFL 100.
I will take the Niners defense. I actually would take Cowboys over the Eagles for what it's worth. After I picked defense, no one else did. It went, damn them. Jacoby Myers, Raheem Mostert, Darnell Mooney, Russell Wilson, who I was going to take right here. I think that's a steal. Rashawn Johnson, Rashi Rice, Jonathan Mingo, Rondale Moore. So 3 picks left here. Okay, I think I have my next 3 all lined up. I said this half joking, but I'm actually like more than half serious. I love Taysom Hill still. So I'll take Taysom Hill for a second tight end.
The unicorn, huh?
The unicorn.
After Hill went Zeke, Zay Jones, and Gerald Everett. I've got 5 running backs and 5 wide receivers so far. I'm considering a kicker here. I love Romeo Dobbs. And it sounds like he's been having, like right here, the very first thing, he's proving to be Jordan Love's favorite target. It's hard to tell what is coach speak and what is real. I like Dobbs a lot, but I'm going to take my guy on a great offense that I trust from far away, and his quarterback's healthy, so it can't be McPherson, so I'm going to take the butt kicker.
Like him.
Wow. Then we had Bryce Young. Is that his third quarterback? No. Okay, Bryce Young, Tanks Bigsby, which I was going to snack, so good pick from him. I'm going to pick the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Easiest division or one of the Cowboys are good. Everyone else in that division sucks, and they all run the ball. I need a tight end still, and I can take a shot at wide receiver. I'll just do my tight end first because there's a lot of wide receivers. I'm going to actually go take a shot on a rookie. Nothing better than a inexperienced quarterback to throw it to a big old target in Musgrave. He was way down the list. He was like 220. But I also drafted a tight end in the 15th round. 14th.
There is no list once you get that far down. I kind of want to take Jaden Reed just for the meme of it. Taking him right before Ethan can get him. But I'm going to take my guy Dobbs and see if Ethan takes him.
Ethan has 2 shots at his little boy.
I do love me some Jaden Reed, but I am not going to take him.
I mean, your other little boy.
I need a kicker. So I am going to go that route. Oh, who do we want here? Doesn't matter much. Jake Moody, huh? Is he starting for San Fran?
I think so. He was drafted in the 4th round. He better start.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think so.
Carlson, I mean, I think he was the best fantasy kicker last year for the Raiders, but who knows this year? Let's take. Man, I do like me some Graham Gano. Screw it. All right, so after Gano, it went all kicker and defense. It was Daniel Carlson, Tyler Bass, Dolphins D, Younghoe Koo, Patriots D, Jason Sanders, Seahawks, and Steelers, which gives me my second string quarterback here, which I love because these are going to be the new Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. It's going to be Kenny Pickett and George Pickens for a nice little stack there. String stack.
Nice. After Pickett went Jason Myers, Saints defense, and Brandon McManus. Comes to me. And without hesitation, I'm taking the Commanders defense because they play the Arizona Cardinals week 1. And we're streaming all season, baby.
Oh, boy. Kicker. So I could take a shot at wide receiver, but these guys could always any pick could be off of waiver, what I'm going to do here. So it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to take a quarterback in case Derek Carr falls out here. Hopefully this guy runs the ball more than I think he will and scores some running touchdowns. So I'm going to take Ritter.
Yep. Love that.
I
was going to take Ritter. If I didn't have Pickens, I would have taken Ritter, but I wanted the Steelers stack.
What do you guys think of the draft? What would you change, and what did you like that other teams did? Like me personally, I would have rather waited on running back, seeing Wyatt get DeAndre Swift in the 6th. I mean, that's just crazy value.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think there's a lot of good receivers late. Like Jalen Hyatt, I'd be happy with throwing in my flex week 1. Just out of his ceiling, I think is pretty high, especially they don't have a ton of guys to throw to. And like Jaden Reed went undrafted. I think we've all kind of talked about we're somewhat high on Jaden Reed's opportunity this year. Yeah, receivers are just always hard because there's so many of them and so many can make plays each week, but you kind of want to get the guys that are consistent. So I don't know. I think Team 7 might have something they would like to change.
And Team 1's starting running backs are Perrine, Harris, and then they got an R. Johnson from Chicago.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
Those are 3 backups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed a couple of my guys, which hurt. I think in an orthodox draft where it's a little less quarterback heavy because I think every team got two quarterbacks pretty much. I could have got my guy. I definitely would have changed tight end. I had my eye set on Laporta. I waited a little too long. But I think I mean, at 12, you just got to take risk, load up when you can on running back, wide receivers. I'm not terribly upset. I got the best kicker. I think I'll have the best defense by the time the season's over. Um, yeah, just hope some of those long shots pay off.
If I knew Schultz was going to go so late, I would have not taken Hawkinson where I did. I really
Yeah.
like Hawkinson just because I think that the Vikings are going to have a good offense, and I think he's going to be more involved, and at least especially on the goal line, um, than Addison. But with Schultz, I think he could be the number one, uh, just pure target on the Texans. I can't talk about Dalton Schultz enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I wish this was an actual league because I like my team a lot.
I see some holes in it, but
Not at tight end, you don't.
that's true. Taysom Hill.
Taysom. Yeah, I do love the Desmond Ritter pick. I think Ritter will be a early streamed quarterback. Like he'll be added like week 3. I think a lot of people will add him. But again, I'm drunk in love with the Falcons for no reason whatsoever. So that's extreme bias.
So gross, man. I can't.
I literally hate it. They're like the most vanilla team in the NFL, and I love them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It just
All
came
right.
on like Monday.
Give me one or two players that didn't get drafted that you guys still like.
I'll start here. I would have said Ritter. I did not think Wyatt was going to take him or anybody. Yeah, again, I think that's a really good pick. On the board still, we already mentioned, but Jaden Reed. I think Reed is going to have a pretty good year. Wow, my boy Hunter Renfro actually is still out there.
Oh, wow.
Definitely would have taken him. That's mostly a joke, but I do think he actually will have a pretty decent year, at least fantasy relevant. So I'd probably go in almost immediately and drop. I don't know who I would drop for him, but probably somebody. Maybe Pickett. And then I guess, I mean, I love Dawson Knox, but there's too much up in the air with him. I guess maybe Michael Mayer, just
Yeah.
because he could have a boom or bust type of rookie year. Has a little bit of intrigue.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. I was just gonna say Mayer. The only thing that scares me with him is everyone in the NFL draft passed on him. So what did they see that I just don't know? Yeah, same running or same wide receivers. I don't have my list up. I don't know where it went. It's gone. But the two Texans guys, Mechie and Nico Collins, I think are still available. And I honestly don't know who's going to be wide receiver 1 on the Texans besides Schultz. Like what? It's either going to be Nico, Mechie, or they have Robert Woods, I think.
Yep.
So they have 3 no one got drafted. So they have 3 undrafted wide receivers. One of those guys is going to do something. I just don't know which one. So I would probably say Nico, but Mechie's a better athlete. He's just a huge risk. But yeah, same thing. Jaden Reed, I love. Yeah, those other, I think that was the last one that I had starred. But yeah.
I'm gonna have to say it, throw it out there, just because he's got a good line and he's walking into a role where he should see work. It's 5'5" Deuce Vaughn, especially we saw him at K-State. Man, if he can channel just like a half of what Darren Sproles was, I think he'll still have some value. And he's buried down on this list. So if you guys are drafted on sleeper, that's a little edge that you guys could have there. And I'm glad you hit Mechie. I was thinking Mechie. I was also looking at Michael Gallup. He's now a year removed away from that injury. He's saying he's feeling healthy. He has that chemistry with Dak. The Cowboys like him, so I think that you can get quite a bit of value for him as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Better in Green. Hopefully you guys have a good idea now watching this of what you're going to do at your draft position this year. And let us know, who do you think has the best team that was drafted? You think it's me, Wyatt, or Ethan? Let us know in the comments. And besides that, go over to bettergreen.com, read some of our articles, follow us on all socials. We've got a bunch of NFL expansion videos coming out here. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace, guys.
See you guys.
See you guys.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, eh? Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast, Better in Green.